If you're like most people, you probably have a love-hate relationship with your inbox. Some days you can't wait to see what new offers or insights are there waiting for you, whether that's first thing in the morning or throughout the day. Whereas other days, the mere thought of sorting through all those emails makes you want to just hit that snooze button and go back to bed. But love it or hate it, email marketing remains one of the most powerful tools in any marketer's toolbox. And in today's episode, I'm going to share with you my top 10 tips for email marketing. That way, you can really just make the most out of it for your business. So grab a cup of tea, settle in, and let's get right to it. So let's start off with one of the foundations of a successful email marketing campaign, okay? That's knowing your audience. This is tip number one, but arguably the most important step throughout the entire process. Think about it like this. If you are sending emails to people who don't care about your product or your service, what you're doing is actually wasting your time, wasting your resources. On the other hand, if you are able to deliver valuable and relevant content to the right people, you'll build trust, you'll establish your brand, and you'll build yourself as an authority and increase your chances of converting those subscribers into actual paying clients. So how do you actually understand your audience? How do you actually know who you're talking to? The first step, you want to gather data. So you can use tools like Google Analytics or your social media analytics to get insight into your audience, your demographic, their interests, their behavior. Another thing that you can do is survey your existing subscribers to learn more about their pain points, their goals, their preferences. Even talking to your existing client base will be honestly such a great place to start. Now, once you have this data, you can then start segmenting your email list based on different criteria. So for example, you might create segments based on age, based on location, or even purchase history that allows you to send even more targeted messages or emails to those specific people. So I'm going to get into that in a little bit more detail shortly, but essentially understanding your audience goes beyond just understanding their age and their gender. It's really need to be able to understand their needs, their wants. What are their pain points? What challenges are they facing? What solutions are they looking for right now? Now, by understanding these things, you can create content that resonates with your audience and positions your brand as that helpful resource for them. So, tip number one is all about getting to know your audience. Use the data, use the insights that's sitting in front of you to create targeted segments and craft emails that actually speak directly to their needs and interests. This will help you build a loyal following and drive better results from your email campaigns. So tip number two is all about choosing the right email marketing tool that works best for you. Works best for you. I'm going to repeat that. Now, there are so many options out there, and I know it can be tough to decide on which one to actually use, but it does not have to be complicated, so don't stress about it. When you are selecting an email marketing tool, think about what features are most important to you. Do you want a tool that is really easy to use and lets you create beautiful emails without any design skills? Or do you need it a little bit more advanced, where you're able to segment automations? Maybe you're just starting out and maybe you just want to use something that is free and doesn't cost you money and you're just allowing you to get started with email marketing. Whatever your needs are, honestly, there's a tool out there for you. Now, some popular ones include ActiveCampaign. I've used that one for years. Constant Contact, there's MailChimp. A lot of Canadians I find use that one. But these tools, they offer different features, but they also have different pricing options. So take some time, do some research. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions and I can kind of guide you in the right way. But remember, the right tool for your business will depend on your unique needs and your goals with email marketing. And by the way, don't be afraid to try out different ones. Most of them have a free trial, so play around, see what one works best for you. Let's talk about tip number 3, which is creating a list of subscribers. Okay? So this step is all about building a community of people who are interested in what you have to offer, or a bucket of people who are interested. So to get started, think about your target audience, think about where they actually spend their time online, and then focus on reaching them through that channel. Is it Instagram, TikTok, LinkedIn, whatever? You can use sign-up forms on your websites or use social media and offer incentives like a discount or a free resource like a lead magnet in exchange for signing up for your email list. So lead magnets, that's my favorite way to do it. But regardless, you're building that bucket. Now, it is going to take a little bit of time, but it is definitely worth it by creating this community of emails of people really who are interested in buying your offer or interested in what you have to offer. This is going to help you really simplify your business and create an audience to speak to. Now, moving on to tip number 4, this is all about creating compelling emails. Honestly, this is where the fun actually begins with email marketing. Creating emails that actually capture the attention of your audience and encourage them to take action. There's an art and there's also a science behind it. So to create really effective emails, start by thinking about what kind of content is going to resonate with your audience. Well, again, what are their pain points? How can you actually provide value to them? So whether that's an informative blog, maybe it's a special promotion, maybe it's exclusive content, make sure your email is actually providing something to your audience. It's not just a way to sell them. You want to build that relationship. And also pay attention to the design of your emails. They should be attention grabbing in the subject line. You want to make sure your headlines are easy to read, and you want to make sure it's actually visually appealing. You don't want a huge paragraph, people aren't going to read them. Now, don't be afraid to use images or videos in your emails either. Also, another really big point, personalization is key. So when you can add in someone's name in the email, throughout it even, do that. Now, another thing you can do is segment your list based on the factors like past purchases, locations, behaviors to get even more targeted with the messaging. And by the way, I don't want you to forget a call to action at the end of every single email. So whether that is directing them to your website, encouraging them to make a purchase, inviting them to follow you on social media, a clear, compelling call to action, it will make all the difference with the performance of your emails. So crafting those compelling emails, it will take time, it will take effort, but as you learn it, you'll get faster at it. By providing those values, by being really personalized, by engaging them in a really unique experience, you're going to build that trust and you're going to turn them into loyal customers. If you're multitasking right now, come back to me just for a second, my friend. Let me explain why growing a newsletter list is a super slow process for you, especially because I know you as a fellow entrepreneur who wants to use email marketing to grow their business, aka you want to grow that email list quickly. That way you can talk to more of your dream clients and promote your business, right? Well, here's the thing. It's growing slowly because you are building it using old school methods. Monthly newsletters are seriously so behind in the online marketing world. Instead, what you want to use is a freebie to get people into that email list. When you do, you'll generate hundreds, if not more, leads every single month versus that handful of leads that are trickling in right now. If you want to learn how to do it, make sure to join me live on April 27th for a workshop where I teach you how to ditch those boring old newsletters and attract high quality leads with lead magnets. Plus, I'll teach you how to use AI to make your content even more amazing and help you gain the confidence to promote your freebies like a pro. And if you're worried about what to do with your email list once you do have it, don't worry, I'm going to cover that one too. So come hang with me for 2 hours and let's take your biz to the next level. To register your spot, head on over to learn.lisaann.ca/email-list-explained. I will make sure to put that in the notes section for you. I cannot wait to see you there. Sorry to interrupt the episode, but let's get right back to it. Okay, so next up, tip number 5. Yes, we're on tip number 5. So testing and tracking your results. So this one is super, super important. And this is what's going to allow you to understand what is working and what is not working within your email marketing strategy. So to get started, you want to set up tracking and analytic tools that can actually give you the insight into your email campaigns. So this can include data on your open rates, your click-through rates, your conversion rates, if people are replying. So depending on what your email tool is that you're using or what program you're using, they will have all these advanced reportings that you need. But you want to use this data to learn what is best for your audience. Try different subject lines, add an emoji in a subject line, see what works, use a different call to action, use a different design, see what actually resonates with your subscribers. And it's also, by the way, super important to clean up your email list and remove any inactive subscribers. That way you can help improve your metrics and actually ensure that the people reaching them or they're reading it is going to give those results. But really, by regularly testing and tracking your results, this is how you're going to improve your email marketing. But more importantly, understand actually what drives engagement and what actually drives conversions. Now, like I said, it will take time, it will take effort, but the more insights you learn, the better you're going to do with your email marketing. Okay, so now on to tip number 6. Let's integrate your email marketing with all the other channels you're using. Now, email marketing can be one super, super powerful tools on its own, but when you integrate it with other marketing channels like social media, this is going to really just help amplify your email marketing. So one great way to integrate email marketing with the other channels, like I said, can be used through social media. So use your email campaigns to encourage subscribers to follow you on social media or vice versa. Get your social media followers, promote your email list on social media, take them from social media and get them into your email list. I do this through a lead magnet. Now, another option is to use email marketing to actually support your SEO efforts. Now, I'm not an expert on SEO, but this is how I do it. You can include links on your website inside your emails, and you can drive more traffic to your site, which will help improve your search engine rankings. And don't forget the power of offline marketing too, okay? So you can have a forum at an in-person event. You can print materials or even business cards or flyers to encourage people to get on your email list. Again, this is where you're able to offer something for free, get them into your email list. Now, by integrating all these other marketing channels, you're creating this cohesive marketing strategy that's going to allow you to basically just create this bubble of you, and you're going to keep people in this bubble, okay? You want to get creative with it, but you also want to see what works best for your business. So moving on to tip number 7, you want to optimize your email campaigns for mobile, right? Mobile, everyone's on their mobile phone. So with more and more people using that smartphone to check their emails, you want to make sure the email looks great on mobile. Anything that you do should be mobile friendly. That's designing your emails, but also the text. If it's super long, they're not going to read it. Okay, so you want to use a single column. You want to keep the text super, super concise. You can add in images, you can have buttons if you want to, but if it doesn't look good on mobile, people aren't going to read it. So on the program that you use for email marketing, typically they will have a mobile view of it so you can see exactly how it's going to look. If it doesn't, email it to yourself, open it on your phone. And that's how you know for sure that it is mobile friendly. Okay, so mobile optimization is super important to ensure that your emails are accessible, but also engaging to your subscribers, no matter how they're actually viewing their content, if it's on desktop, an iPad, or their phone. So take the time in the beginning when you're first setting this up, design it, test it, see what is going to look good, and then just repeat that process over and over and over again. Now, tip number 8 is all about actually using those images and those videos inside your emails. So when you include visuals in your emails, it's a great way to actually grab the attention, but also to make your emails more engaging. So when it comes to images, you want to make sure that they're high quality, but also relevant images to what you're talking about in that email. But also make sure not to overload it with emails with too many images, because what it's going to do is actually slow down the time that it takes to load on their phone or on their computer. Videos, they're also another really good option to adding to your emails. So they can be used to showcase your product, your service, provide testimonials, tutorials, even just entertaining your subscribers. Just be mindful that some email clients may not support videos, so it's important to make sure that you have that strong fallback option. You're not just having a video and or text, you're going to include text with video or text with images. But by incorporating images and videos, you're going to make it more eye-catching, you're going to make it more memorable, but you're also going to speak to the people where they're at. If they like images, you're going to attract them that way. If they like videos, you're going to attract them that way. So test it. And if you want to get personalized with your videos too, use a program called BombBomb. They're super, super awesome, easy to implement, and also personalized videos. Now, tip number 9 is all about segmenting your email list to get super targeted. So I did talk about this in tip number 1 slightly. But one of the biggest mistakes that businesses make with email marketing is sending the same message to every single person on their list, regardless of their interests or their needs. So when you can segment your list, divide your email essentially into smaller buckets or smaller groups based on the characters or behaviors or interests, this is going to allow you to be super specific on the message talking to that segment, which is going to increase the effectiveness. So for example, you might segment your list based on demographic data. So let's just say age or gender or even location, or even let's say that they purchased something specifically. Once you group them into different segments, like I said, that message or that conversation that you're going to have with one segment is going to be different than another. So this means that you're highlighting different products, you're highlighting different services, or you're even just using language that speaks to that person. So for example, let's do a mortgage agent. If you're talking to first-time home buyers versus someone who is getting a divorce and they're going to downsize, you're going to have a different conversation with them. So by having these two different buckets within your business or within your email list, you're able to speak directly to those first-time home buyers, have that conversation you would as if you were talking in person. That's the key. Okay, so my final tip for you is mastering email marketing and automating your campaigns. You know I love automation. Automation really allows you to create a series of pre-written emails that are triggered by specific actions or behaviors. So let's say they sign up for your list or they make a purchase, all emails can send out automatically. So it's going to save you time. It's going to save you effort, but it also ensures that every single person in your email list gets that conversation, gets that nurturing from you. So for example, you might set up a welcome series that automatically sends emails to a new subscriber over a week or two. Maybe that's introducing them to your brand. You're highlighting your products or services. You're building that connection. Or you might even create a re-engagement campaign, meaning it's a series of emails that go out to subscribers who haven't opened your emails in a while. Maybe they haven't purchased in a while. You're reinitiating that conversation. Honestly, the possibilities for automation is super endless. There are so many things that we can do, so many things that I can teach you with it, but just starting with email sequences is going to be a big one. So if you're not already using automation in your email campaigns, this is this time to start exploring that option, experiment to see what works best for you, and save yourself so much more time, okay? So there it is. Those are my 10 best tips for you with email marketing. Just remember, email marketing, it's not rocket science. It's all about just getting to know your audience and sending them messages that make them excited to actually open your email. It's about having that conversation with them over and over. Now, with the right tools, with the right strategies, you can create killer campaigns that actually get real results. But before you go, don't forget to grab my freebie guide on making the most out of email marketing. So I've been talking all about this over the last couple of weeks on this podcast. This guide is super packed with a lot of helpful tips and tricks really to take that email marketing campaign to that next level. So go down to the show notes, download it. Let me know what you think on social media at Lisa Ann Coaching. I can't wait to hear all about your amazing results that you're going to get from email marketing, just like I have. If you have any questions, like I said before, reach out to me. Don't forget to download that guide, but I will see you next week. Bye for now.